couple of tricky actions in there. So, I state your name.
I, Suzanne Crincoli,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the same
to the same
and to the governments established in the United States
and to the governments established in the United States
and this state
and this state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
so help me God.
so help me God.
I state your name.
I, Suzanne Crincoli,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I possess the qualifications
that I possess the qualifications
prescribed by law
prescribed by law
for the office of a member of a Board of Education,
for the office of member of a Board of Education,
and that I am not disqualified
and that I am not disqualified
as a voter pursuant to RS 19:4-1,
as a voter pursuant to RS 19:4-1,
nor disqualified due to a conviction of a crime
nor disqualified due to the conviction of a crime
or offense listed in
or offense listed in
NJS 18A:12-1,
listed in NJS 18A:12-1,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially, and justly perform
impartially, and justly perform
all the duties of that office
all the duties of that office
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability.
so help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Next up is Mr. Hardino. There you go. You want me to hold that?
No.
You got it? Okay. I state your name.
I, Joseph J. Hardin III,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the same
to the same
and to the governments established in the United States
and to the governments established in the United States
and this state
and this state
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
so help me God.
so help me God.
I state your name.
I, Joseph J. Hardin III,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I possess the qualifications
that I possess the qualifications
prescribed by law
prescribed by law
for the office of a member of a Board of Education,
for the office of a member of a Board of Education,
and that I am not disqualified
and I am not disqualified
as a voter pursuant to RS 19:4-1,
as a voter pursuant to RS 19:4-1,
nor disqualified due to any conviction of a crime
nor disqualified due to any conviction of a crime
or offense listed in
or offense listed in
NJS 18A:12-1,
NJS 18A:12-1,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially, and justly perform
impartially, and justly perform
all the duties of that office
all duties of that office
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations. I state your name.
I, Michelle Panici,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the same
to the same
and to the governments established in the United States
and to the governments established in the United States
and this state
and this state
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
so help me God.
so help me God.
I state your name.
I, Michelle Panici,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I possess the qualifications
that I possess the qualifications
prescribed by law
prescribed by law
for the office of member of a Board of Education,
for the office of member of a Board of Education,
and that I am not disqualified
and that I am not disqualified
as a voter pursuant to RS 19:4.1,
as a voter pursuant to RS 19:4-1, 4-1, nor disqualified,
nor disqualified due to the conviction of a crime
nor disqualified due to a conviction of a crime
or offense listed in
or offense listed in
NJS 18A:12-1,
NJS 18A:12-1,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially, and justly perform
impartially, and justly perform
all the duties of that office
all the duties of that office
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations. If you could sign those oaths and send them my way, that'd be great. Appreciate that. Okay. All right, next up, we'll do roll call. Biner?
Here.
Crincoli?
Here.
David?
Here.
Ferrara?
Here.
Haberther?
Here.
Herdina?
Here.
Ladati?
Here.
Panici?
Here.
Zimmerman?
Here.
All present. Okay, at this time, we will, I'll ask for nominations for president.
Sorry.
That's okay, it's okay. Nominations are now open for president. Once nominations are closed, I will call for a vote on each of the nominations in the order they were nominated. As soon as one of the nominees has received the majority vote, I will declare that individual elected. Do I hear any
I
nominations?
would nominate Ryan Haberther.
Is there a second? Okay. Are there any additional nominations for president?
Oh, I nominate Dr. Panici.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay. Are there any additional nominations? Okay. Hearing no additional nominations, is there a motion to close the nominations for president?
Motion to close.
Made by Mrs. Zimmerman, seconded by Mr. Haberther. Okay. All those in favor of closing the nomination signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Nominations are now closed. I will first vote on the nomination for Mr. Haberther for president. Biner.
No.
Crincoli.
No.
David.
No.
Ferrara. Haberther.
Yes.
Herdina.
No.
Ladati.
No.
Panici.
No.
Zimmerman.
Yes.
Okay. Receiving 2 votes in the affirmative, not a majority. I'll move on to the nomination of Michelle Panici. Biner.
Yes.
Crincoli.
Yes.
David.
Yes.
Ferrara.
Yes.
Haberther.
Yes.
Herdina.
Yes.
Ladati.
Yes.
Panici.
Yes.
Zimmerman.
No.
Having received 8 affirmative votes, which is a majority of the board, I declare Michelle Panici president of the Board of Education. Okay, congratulations, Michelle.
Thank you.
Okay, would you like me to proceed with
Yes,
Vice
please, sir.
President? Okay. All right, we'll start with, now we will be opening up nominations for Vice President. Is there a nomination for Vice President?
Vince, I'll nominate Ryan Haberther for the vice president position.
Is there a second? Okay. Are there any additional nominations for Vice President? Okay, hearing none, do I have a motion to close the nominations for Vice President?
Second.
Made by Mr. Haberther, seconded by Mr. Biner. All those in favor of closing nominations for Vice President signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay, opposed? Ayes have it. Nominations are now closed for Vice President. Having only one nomination, I will now call, we vote on the nomination for Mr. Haberther for Vice President. Mr. Biner.
Yes.
Crincoli.
Yes.
David.
Yes.
Ferrara.
Yes.
Haberther.
Yes.
Herdina.
Yes.
Ladati.
Yes.
Panici.
Yes.
Zimmerman.
Yes.
Motion's carried unanimously.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Yeah, you can proceed from here.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. At this time, we will now go through review of committees. If anyone is interested, please, procedure we've done in the past, email me the committees that you're interested in, and then we will send it out later this week. Okay, and we could talk about later if you're unsure, the newer members, what the committees are. Okay, Mr. Ganella, if you're ready, we can start with the ethics presentation.
You know, we got a good crowd tonight, and I
Yeah.
think some people might want to take some pictures.
Yeah. Do you
So
wanna
you want to
do
do that first before
With
they?
your families before we do the
before-
ethics
yeah,
training, and then
yeah.
everybody can go?
Yeah, and they can
Yeah.
focus on the ethics training, because I'm going to give a quiz to everyone later on, and, okay? Why don't you do that, okay? Take a moment.
A group
Yeah.
photos, yeah. Full board picture.
We'll do that after the meeting. We'll do that after the meeting.
It's board appreciation month.
It's always board appreciation.
Textbooks, the new revision ones, like 24, if you reviewed those. Yeah, I'm just gonna ask that. Yeah, I just wanna make sure we're not going crazy with revisions and all of that stuff, so. Just wanted to give you a.
Not, yeah, I canceled the house phone.
Don't blame me. All right, I'll take care of that.
I'm back on the cable bill.
Cell's the same though, right?
Cell's the same, but the house number doesn't exist.
Someone might have it.
It's one of the person I know.
What they do, they took the lowest bidder, like the law requires, and they did a crap job, and half of the building is too hot, and the other half of the building is too cold, and there's nothing you can do, except the hallways. The hallway that still has the old, that's actually like in the past, prior to the new system, I had my But you could open the window and that balanced it out. Now, because they can't figure out why the system isn't working right. Trains you do at work. Right. They're trying to figure out why it isn't working. Next to me,
I guess that's not part of your career, trying to figure that out. Because there's that other thing. Yeah, that's the thing that we have to do. Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's just, I mean, those slides. I don't know, like for you, but like for us, working in a bank, it's like training shovel and gas boards. Like what feels like twice as many things. There are ones you do before you just kind of as quickly as you can. Oh, like but they find it's like
yeah, it'll be like a time juice, like you just try to do it.
you can't hit the arrow button until they think you've read the entire
Right,
thing.
exactly.
And of course, you have the assessment at the end. It's a pass. 8 out of 10.
Jeremy.
Yeah.
I'm trying to
be parental prerogative. You get to just make the decision.
She wants to go. Without getting into it, she's very happy with the elections, my wife, and she wants to go to the inauguration. She's gonna be gone. What are you doing? I might just force you to come with me. But honestly, Kara's like so. Kara's so. I don't know where she's so committed.
Hey.
Ganella in relation to Ganella Property Group? Out of Short Hills?
Not that I know of, no. Oh, okay.
See you later.
Take care. Good night, everyone. Okay, back to our agenda. This is our annual ethics training. This evening, we're going to delve into the New Jersey School Ethics Act and the New Jersey School Board Member Code of Ethics. These guiding principles are not just formalities. They are the foundation of ethical governance of our schools. We do take them seriously. The School Ethics Act establishes clear expectations for conduct, ensuring that our decisions and actions reflect integrity, fairness, and accountability. The Code of Ethics further reinforces our commitment to serve our students and staff and communities with transparency and respect. This session will explore the key components and the guidelines and discuss their practical applications and examine how they help us navigate challenges while upholding public trust. Whether you're a new or an experienced board member, understanding and embracing these standards is essential for fostering a culture of ethical leadership. So this evening, we'll use this as a guide to satisfy the board's annual ethics requirements under statute and code. This does not replace the individual ethics requirement for all new board members. Joseph, both you and Suzanne will be going to do your new board member orientation, which will be the component of this as well. It'll be much more expanded than this Reader's Digest version. This presentation is to aid the whole board in its annual requirement. If we have specifics, we always can ask either New Jersey School Boards or our board attorney. So, as I mentioned, we're going to be discussing the School Ethics Act, the Code of Ethics for school members. We do adopt procedures and policies with those in mind, and provide documentation that each board member has received the Code of Ethics. So, if you get a chance, sign the acknowledgement of the receipt and pass it down to my seat that we had this discussion and you received and we reviewed them. Okay, so first we'll get into the Code of Ethics. I'm gonna try to go through quickly of these. You all have seen these. I provided them to Joseph and Suzanne at their in our internal orientation, and you, as the other members who have been on the board, have seen these multiple times. So I will uphold and enforce all laws, rules, and regulations of the State Board of Education and court orders pertaining to schools. Desired changes shall be brought about only through legal and ethical procedures. I will make decisions in terms of the educational welfare of children and will seek to develop and maintain public schools that meet the individual needs of all children, regardless of their ability, race, creed, sex, or social standing. I will confine my board action to policy making, planning, and appraisal, and it will help to frame policies and plans only after the board has consulted those who will be affected by them. I will carry out my responsibilities not to administer the schools, but together with my fellow board members to see that they are well run. I will recognize that the authority rests with the Board of Education and will make no personal promises nor take any private action that may compromise the board. I will refuse to surrender my independent judgment to special interests or partisan political groups or to use schools for personal gain or for the gain of friends. I will hold confidential all matters pertaining to the schools which, if disclosed, would needlessly injure individuals or schools. In all other matters, I will provide accurate information and in concert with my fellow board members, interpret to the staff the aspirations of the community for its school. I will vote to appoint the best qualified personnel available after consultation of the consideration of the recommendation of the chief administrative officer. I will support and protect school personnel in proper performance of their duties. I will refer all complaints to the chief administrative officer and will act on the complaints of at public meetings only after failure of an administrative solution. So that concludes the Code of Ethics. Are there any questions with regard to the Code of Ethics? Okay. If not, we'll get into the School Ethics Act. Introduced in 1998, the statute has not changed. What has changed is how the tenets of the School Ethics Act have been interpreted over time and based on case law. So it is very important to get legal opinions if there is ever a question or a concern. So, School Ethics Act. No school official or member of his immediate family shall have an interest in business, organization, or engage in any business transaction or professional activity which is a substantial conflict with the proper discharge of his duties in the public interest. No school official shall use or attempt to use his official position to secure unwarranted privileges, advantages, or employment for himself, members of his immediate family, or others. No school official shall act in his official capacity in any matter where he, a member of his immediate family or business organization in which he has an interest, has a direct or indirect financial involvement that might reasonably be expected to impair his objectivity or independence of judgment. No school official shall act in his official capacity in a matter where he or a member of his immediate family has a personal involvement that is or creates some benefit to the school official or member of his immediate family. No school official shall undertake any employment or service, whether compensated or not, which might reasonably be expected to prejudice his independent judgment or in the exercise of his official duties. No school official or member of his immediate family or business organization in which he has an interest shall solicit or accept any gift, favor, loan, political contribution, service, promise of future employment, or any other thing of value based upon an understanding that the gift, favor, loan, contribution, service, promise, or other thing of value was given or offered for the purpose of influence him directly or indirectly in the discharge of his official duties. This provision shall not apply to the solicitation or acceptance of contributions to the campaign of an announced candidate for elective public office in the school if the school official has no knowledge or reason to believe that the campaign contribution, if accepted, was given with the intent to influence the school official in the discharge of his official duties. No school official shall or allowed to be used his public office or employment or any information not generally available to the members of the public which he receives or acquires in the course of and by reason of his office or employment for the purpose of securing financial gain for himself, any member of his immediate family or business organization with which he is associated. No school official or business organization in which he has an interest shall represent any person or party other than the school board or school district in connection with that cause, preceding application or other matter pending before the school district in which he serves or in any proceeding involving the school district in which he serves. This provision shall not be determined to prohibit representation in the context of the official labor union or similar representational responsibilities. No school official shall be deemed in conflict with these provisions if, by reason of his participation in any matter required to be voted upon, no material or monetary gain accrues to him or any member of his business, profession, occupation, or group, or any greater extent than any gain could reasonably be expected to accrue to any other member of that business, profession, or occupation or group. No elected school member shall be prohibited from making an inquiry from information on behalf of a constituent if no fee, reward, or anything of value is promised to, given to, or accepted by the member of or a member of his immediate family, whether directly or indirectly in return thereof. Nothing shall prohibit a school official, members of his immediate family, from representing himself or themselves in negotiations or proceedings concerning his or their own interests. So that concludes the School Ethics Act review. Are there any questions with regard to that? Okay. So next we'll get into some common areas of concern. The financial involvement, you should recuse yourself when your immediate families, your financial involvement might reasonably be expected to impair your objectivity. Do not discuss or vote on that involvement. So this is where if you were listening to the act, you said you consistently heard yourself or members of your immediate family. The definition of immediate family has changed almost every year since 1999. They've either broadened it, constricted it, or broadened it again. So if you have any questions, you ask myself. I could ask Mr. Gagliardi. If you want to talk to Mr. Gagliardi, you can do that whenever it involves some type of recusal. So you have a question, ask it, okay? Better off asking the question and recusing yourself than being accused of actually violating this act, okay? Personal involvement, recuse yourself when you or members of your immediate family have a personal involvement that creates some benefit to you or an immediate family member. So they've gone to cousins now are considered immediate family. So you have to be careful of what the definition of immediate family is. So if you have a question, let us know. Negotiations, collective negotiations, discuss with your board attorney if you believe you have a conflict that might exist that may impact your ability to participate in negotiations. So if you're a member of, if you have a member of your family who's a member of the NJEA or the member of the PSA, you should let us know, and we'll determine whether that precludes you from participating in negotiations. Okay, ethics advisory opinions. If this is not a simple question, if it's a complicated one, we could request an advisory opinion from the School Ethics Commission, which would provide us with some guidance with respect to that. And then the doctrine of necessity, that is when you have so many board members that have an ethical conflict in a specific matter that you can't actually take action on that matter. So you'd have to invoke the doctrine of necessity. It could happen. It hasn't here, but it could theoretically happen. Okay, it's more common on boards that have 5 members as opposed to 9 members, but it could happen. Indemnification. Boards must cover the costs related to defending a board member for an act of omission arising out of his/her official duties as a Board of Education member. Okay, so how does the act affect you? Do you have any conflicts that would prevent you from voting or participating in a matter? Have you sought an advisory opinion from the School Ethics Committee? Have you consulted with your board attorney? Are there any matters where the board will have to use the doctrine of necessity? So plan ahead, let us know, so we could do our research if something, if you think you have some type of potential conflict. Okay, where did we get help? Our board attorney is a great resource, the School Ethics Commission, but also New Jersey school boards. Any one of those sources can assist us with that. Okay. Are there any questions? No? Okay. Thank you.
You guys signed the thing in the packet.
Yeah, don't forget to sign your acknowledgement and send it down to me.
Thank you, Vince.
No
Well
one else
done.
has any questions now for Mr. Ganella about ethics? Okay, if anything comes up, please email him.
Sorry, Vince.
We'll now move on. We're gonna do the public portion of the meeting, and then we'll go over resolutions and do a roll call. We're now gonna open up the meeting to the public. Can I please have a motion to open up the meeting to the public? Motion made by Mr. Ferrer, seconded by Mr. Biner. All those in favor of opening the meeting to the public, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? Ayes have it, motion carried.
Okay, public comment is now being accepted. The Board of Education sets a limit to public to speak to 5 minutes per person unless prior permission has been granted by the Board of Education to extend time pursuant to Board of Education Bylaw 0167. For the record, please indicate your name and address prior to making your comments.
Good evening, everybody. Randy Levchuk from 79 Park Drive in Kenilworth. Congratulations to the new members and congratulations again to your appointment for president. I'm up here for 3 things. I don't know if you guys could comment back or not. I'm still kind of new to some of your meetings. But the 3 things I wanted to discuss was the first, we did an awesome job building a field and a track for not just the kids, but also the community. And I haven't been able to attend a meeting for a while, but every night, once the sun went down and in the fall, you know, it gets dark pretty early, people are walking in the dark. And I asked some people, like, hey, how come we don't have the lights on here? What's going on? And I don't know if there's truth behind it or what, but I was told that the athletic director said it's not in the budget to have the lights on at nighttime. Again, I don't know if that's true or not, but I wanted to bring that to your attention that maybe, you know, those times, 8, 9 o'clock at night, the lights are automatically on and then go off so it doesn't disturb the neighbors. And the community could enjoy what we actually put money into. I mean, I think that would be a good idea as opposed to kids hanging out there in the dark or, you know, in an unsafe environment. But whatever times that field area is allowed to be open, I think it should be lit up. Just a personal opinion. The next, I've sent an email to the principal over at Harding, and I did get a response, but there's also been no resolution about this. I'm now seeing it at both schools where people are parking in the fire lanes. Tonight, just pulling up here, there was 9 cars in the fire lane, and the regular parking lot had 3 cars there. It's not a matter of there's no place to park. I hate to say it, it's a matter of laziness from this community and no enforcement on the rules. It's the same thing at pickup time for Harding inside of the loop. The cars are parked there, and it's not even that people are sitting in the cars to pick up their kids. They're leaving their cars there. It's the same thing when there's basketball and everything else. It hasn't gotten resolved, so now I'm bringing it to the public so all of you know and everybody else knows that, God forbid, the fire department ever needs to get there. That's going to pose a serious problem. And I really hope that somebody could do something about this. I remember a couple years ago, there used to be cones over there. They disappeared. The yellow on the street on both sides, it needs to get repainted. I don't blame the community because they don't know. They see other cars parked there and they just do the same thing. So I really hope that could be resolved for the safety of our kids. The third thing is I think a lot of people of this town are really confused about the construction that's going on with this building. When it came up as a referendum, we were all told that there was going to be a middle school, that the middle school kids would be separated from the high school kids. And seeing the plans and seeing what's going on, I don't know how that's possible. When the downstairs is for high school, there's only, I think, 3 classrooms upstairs. And today you guys posted it up on your Facebook that it's a wing, that it's not a school. And I had put a comment on there, and I looked right before I came here, and somebody deleted my comment. So I don't know who controls the social media for the school, but to delete a public comment, I don't know. That's not really nice and the right thing to do. A lot of people are questioning what's going on over there. We were told that the middle school and high school kids would be separated. And I don't know how that's possible. And I think that if what's really being built was being told to us at the time, a lot of people would have voted against it. I also don't understand if it's a wing, why we need another nurse's office, why we need another principal, why it looks to me about 30% of the second floor is for administration as opposed to kids. I'm sure there's reasoning for it, but to the common person like myself, it makes absolutely no sense. So I hope that does something for everybody. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Levchuk. Let's schedule time because you got a lot of things here. But the social media posts, just so you know, we don't delete comments. I can actually still see your comment there. I'll look into why yours is hidden, but whenever we post things, there's a lot of comments that go up. Only some of them show up for the public, and I don't know why. I'll look into that, but I can still see your comment because I oversee that. But it wasn't deleted.
Something like derogatory or something?
Yeah. But no, what you wrote was not derogatory.
I think a very fair
Yeah.
thing where a lot of people in common going back
Of
and forth
course.
outside of the schools have the same concerns I've
Sure.
mentioned there.
Yeah, and I think we've been talking about that with 5th and 6th grade parents. We had an evening presentation about the new middle school, talking about the separation of high school from middle school and how the new design will enable that. So we can talk more about that. But that is.
I would appreciate that.
Yep,
Thank you.
yeah, no problem.
Seeing no more public?
Motion to close the public portion of the meeting.
Second? Okay, motion made by Mr. David, seconded by Mr. Haberthor. All those in favor of closing the meeting to the public, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it, motion carries. Do I to do the resolutions, please?
So, I'm just gonna go over the resolutions. There's 20 tonight. Most of them have to do with some of the finances, so I'll just go over them. 1 to 8, real quick, contain the bylaws and procedures, newspaper appointments, meeting schedules, record retention, and authorized signatures. 9 to 16 are appointments of legal counsel, both the board attorney and the labor attorneys, insurance brokers, auditor consultants, and experts. I reviewed the fees, especially with our legal counsel. They're all within reason, fair, and customary. And both of those law firms are very good. 17 through 19 are textbooks, curriculum, and programs, and 20 is the organizational chart. And I just have one question on the textbooks myself. Some of the newer editions, and I'm not sure if that's when we're adopting them as textbooks or when they are made, or, so the ones in 24, like, history of 10, 15, 24, is that when we're adopting, or is that when that history book was kind of put into circulation?
That.
Because I just want to make sure that we're reviewing the textbooks, that there's nothing in there that shouldn't be in the textbooks,
Yeah, no,
especially history and literature and everything
We
else.
do a thorough review. We have just Sam Heimpel, our director of curriculum instruction. She does a review with the teachers. It's all selected.
Okay.
It goes through a process. We do have a review of all textbooks. The copyright date, or you're asking.
I'm
about
not sure, the dates on here, like, there's one that says 10/20, 15, 24, so I
It'll
don't-
specify whether it's the copyright date
I'm not
or
sure.
the adoption date.
That's what I was
Are you
asking.
looking here, the, like,
Textbook title,
Control now.
publisher,
So I think
copyright date.
that's the adoption date. That's
So
when
these here.
yeah, that's when the board adopted the
Okay,
textbook, not the
okay.
publication date.
Okay, I'm good then, sorry.
No worries.
But it's good to find out that we're checking the
Yeah, but there's
textbooks out
there's
anyway.
definitely a textbook review process that
Okay.
we have internally.
So that's everything for resolutions. I kind of reviewed, like I said, especially the financials when it comes to fees and cost, and they all seem proper. So I'm going to recommend that we, well, my recommendation is that they all be approved at this time.
Does anybody have any questions about the organizational chart, any dates or anything like that at this time?
Okay. And this is, if there are no that need to be voted on separately, this is resolutions number 1 through 20 on the agenda. Biner?
Yes.
Crincoli?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Ferrara?
Yes.
Haberthor?
Yes.
Herdina?
Yes.
Wadati?
Yes.
Zimmerman?
yes.
Panici?
Yes.
Motion's carry unanimously.
Perfect. Do we have a need to go into closed executive session?
We do not.
Okay, at this time, I'd like to ask for a motion to adjourn, please. Second?
Second.
Okay, motion made by Mr. Haberthor, seconded by Dr. Crincoli. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? Okay, ayes have it, motion's carried. We're now adjourned. Thank you, congratulations. See you on Monday.
I think-